I can guarantee that chefs always talk about their grandmother. I think most of the chefs, I think 9 out of 10 chefs, got a fantastic grandmother. So I'm not different from them, so I'm going to show you a dish she used to cook at the farm. It's something I always remember. I'll try to do it as well as her. I don't think I do it as well, but I'm still practicing. So maybe one day I'll do it. So the dish is venison. Venison with red wine and raspberry. A touch of chocolate at the end to make the sauce glossy, and that's it. We start by cooking the meat. Oil in a pan. Always good seasoning on the meat. Salt on both sides of the meat. Black pepper. I use black pepper because I think black pepper brings a little extra, you know. The oil should be hot, but not burning hot, you know, because you just have just a bit of caramelizing around the meat and not anything burned. Once the meat is cooked, I will do the sauce in the same pan. Yeah, about venison, you can eat venison all the year round. So you got different type of venison. You got the red deer and the fallow and all those things. So all over the year, you can have a piece of venison. It will be a different animal, but at the end is a venison. It will take about maybe between 8 to 10 minutes to cook. I'm going to cook it on a pan because it's not that a big piece of meat, so the pan will be okay. Otherwise, you can cook it in the oven, of course, but I think the pan will be perfect. I just put some fat back on top of the meat, just to keep the meat moist, you know. I'm quite a mature chef, so I will just work with my finger, you know. I know young chefs work with probe and they check the temperature of the food, and I don't do that. I don't think. I learned from a very young age. You touch with your finger and you know if the meat is ready. So I'm going to keep the meat medium rare. I think it's a bit wrong today. All the young people, they don't learn to use their finger when they cook, or their brain in a way. They got a piece of paper and they sadly enough, most of them cook in a bag, in a water bath. So it's not very good for me, but I think it's a bit... But it's very fashionable. Now you see the program on TV, you know, everybody's got his water bath. They got 3-4 water baths, they cook everything, even the fish on the water bath. So it's not for me. So one piece, because it's slightly smaller, so it's already cooked. What is very important when you cook meat, any type of meat, can be a steak, is to give a good rest, you know. Like if you cook a steak for 10 minutes, give him a 5-minute rest. Half of the cooking time will be resting. That he relax the meat, all the juice go to every part of the meat. You know, if you don't rest it, what's happened is when you cut it, all the juice run out of the meat, is all over the place, and the meat is drier. So now I'm going to do the sauce. So the sauce is shallots. So I make the sauce in the same pan because you got some piece of what we call suc of stuck at the bottom of the pan, and that will improve the flavor of the sauce. So we put shallot, just sweat a little bit, no color, no burning, because the shallot, if you burn it, you got a bitter taste. A drop of vinegar, raspberry vinegar. When you use that vinegar, you got to reduce completely. I'm going to cook that vinegar until there's nothing left in the pan. I don't like vinegar because vinegar kills the taste. You know? In France, we cook, every time we cook food, we got, in our brain, we know we are thinking of wine because France produces a lot of wine. So the food of the French food is wine is as important as the food. You go to a restaurant, you got a piece of meat like that, you choose a good bottle of wine. It's very important. And if you got too much vinegar, it will kill the wine. And you got to respect that, you know. Now the vinegar is completely gone. You can see that. I'm going to put some red wine. That's it. Yeah, you use always a good strong red wine. Huh? No point to use a top border wine. You keep it to drink it, but you got to use something with strong in color, a dark red wine. Huh? Same system. I'm going to evaporate the red wine, most of it. Add a bit more red wine, and finish it with a touch of veal stock. Yeah, I put only half of the wine, reduce it completely. And because it gives a stronger taste, and a stronger taste to the wine. Yeah? So that's it. And so once I reduce the first lot first, I put some more wine, reduce it by half, and I'm going to put a touch of veal stock. I'm looking for the reduction to be just enough, you know, not too much, and I don't want to have too much liquid. So I judge it by the bubbles. So you got a different bubble. You got large bubbles and small bubbles. So I'm looking for the small one, which should be nice. So that is reduced enough now. I'm going to put some extra bitter chocolate. It's very important to use only extra bitter chocolate. Don't use a milk chocolate or anything like that, or too sweet chocolate. Don't put too much chocolate, you know, because you don't want to finish with a chocolate sauce. You want the chocolate is going to bring something at the back of your palate, something different. Say, what is it inside, you know? And it will make the sauce a bit glossy. So you got the choice now. Or you can pass the sauce to remove the little shallot. It's not really necessary because shallots are cut very, very fine. And so a bit more of black pepper. And that's it. So now I'm going to finish the dish. I'm going to serve it with red cabbage, braised red cabbage, with a perfect garnish for any game, in fact. You know? Red cabbage, cook with a touch of orange juice, red wine, few spices, cinnamon, cloves, and juniper berry. I love anything with cabbage. Plus, red cabbage, you know, bring a nice color on a plate, you know. again, in France, I tell you, you know, sauces are not to cover the quality of the meat. Sauces are just there to improve the dish, you know. So I think the mixture of a nice piece of venison and a beautiful sauces is perfect. And because it's a raspberry vinegar, as a chef, you know, we improve dishes, or we try to improve dishes. We put a few raspberry around. So that's nearly my grandmother, as good as my grandmother dishes, venison with chocolate and raspberry vinegar. Enjoy. Bon appétit.